We are live! I just hope the microphone is working. What's up, guys? How are you doing today? Welcome back to this YouTube channel. It's your guy Igor here, coming up at you live. Not with another video, but actually with the live stream. So you can actually go and ask me any questions right now, and I would be able to see your questions live. I see one person already joined the live stream. Woohoo! Thank you so much, Klaj. 11. I want to add hey Furo. I actually wanted to show you something. There was one of our subscribers, actually there are two subscribers. A guy produced on his blog Jacana Books. He wrote an article by watching my videos. I'm just amazed the guy watched so many videos to write this article, because by reading his article I understand that he actually watched a lot of them. And also another guy, he's also a YouTuber, The Voyage of Life. He created an animation for me. Thank you so much, man. I'll leave the links in the description of these guys. All right, I see more comments. Give me a second here, guys. Give me a moment. I'm just going to read it back. The comments are here. Watch your videos all the time. Patrick, what's up, Patrick? Hello from Tanzania. What's up, Jeremy? It's awesome seeing you here, man. Furo vlogs, yeah, I'm amazing. I just decided to see that, you know, the time right now in other countries, it should be morning. So I think it's the right time for live stream, so you can ask me more questions. Sabur from India. Hey, how are you, man? From Doha, Rami. Oh, Rami, it's Igor. I lived in Doha for like 6 years. Amazing place. Went to Said. You know, I lived at Shara al-Khalij. I forgot Arabic so much. Like I used to know Arabic way better. I used to read in Arabic, but they kicked me out of Arabic class when they started studying Quran. They said because you're a Muslim, you're not allowed to be in the class. So I stopped studying Arabic at that point. Give me a second. I see more comments here. Don't allow these people into Canada. Why not? Oh, Igor, give me a second. How is business marketing diploma? Business marketing diploma. Terapio, what's up, man? Welcome to the live stream. Well, business marketing diploma is actually it's pretty awesome. Like, I love marketing myself. I know people who did marketing before here in Canada, and it's actually, you know, it's actually possible to find jobs in it. It's, you know, the thing is, it depends on which part of Canada you are in. If you are in Calgary, the education in Calgary in Alberta, it's valid, but it's not valuable as it is in Ontario, for example, Toronto. People here rely more on work experience. So if you really want to get some Canadian education in Alberta and get a good job for it, you would have to probably get some good University of Alberta or University of Calgary, something, or at least say it's something that is recognized here so that employers would give value to it. Because my Centennial College diploma in Ontario, yeah, it's valuable, but I haven't seen a single employer who would say, oh, you studied in Centennial, you're hired. So they would say, oh, you have education, good. Do you have experience? Okay, then you're hired. Okay, I see more comments here. Wait a second, something is going on with my comments here. Come Entertainment, yes, man, thanks for your videos. Jeremy, please. Does studying masters for PhD 3 years makes difference to PR in Canada? Okay, Jeremy, that's an awesome question. If you're in Ontario and you do your masters or PhD, you can go through their Ontario Opportunities Program. That's a kind of a thing that I was thinking to do myself, because once you get your master's or PhD, you can actually do your immigration. So it is kind of awesome how it works. You can right away apply for an Ontario Opportunities Program and get your immigration done through them. So I just didn't have enough money, and I couldn't pass my English good enough in LTS to get enrolled into a university versus college. Give me a moment here. Feature the best province for teachers. I enjoy watching your videos. They are very informative. Notoya, welcome to this live stream. Well, best province for teachers. it's so difficult to answer. I know a school teacher or you're asking as a professor, so it's a difference here. So if you're a professor in university, you don't really need a license. Like you have to have like a master's degree or PhD to do that. But if you want to be a school teacher in Canada, it's really weird, right? You actually need a license. You in pedagogics, you need to do a 4-year degree here and pass the exams and be licensed to work in school. So if you're a PhD, you can work as a professor, but you need a special license for school. So it's kind of complicated. I know that people from Toronto move to Alberta to get jobs in schools because it's very challenging. Lots of people are trying to get in there. Okay, I see more comments here. How is finance sector in Canada? Because I'm a master's in finance and banking. Kalida, Parvin. Hey, Kalida. Well, finance, it's complicated. Let me explain. Finance is such a profession here in Canada that you actually, like, where do you want to work? If you want to work as a financial advisor, for example, you would need to get some licensing in Canada. So you would have, there are different certifications just like for accounting. So having an education in finance in Canada, it's good, but it's not really enough. For example, I have my master's in economics and I specialize in financial management. So I know a little bit what I'm talking about. Working in a banking industry in Canada, it's more difficult, okay? You have to be more of a salesperson. It's more like you're getting a license. So it's slightly difficult. But once you get those certifications as a financial analyst, financial advisor, you know, like CA or chartered accountant, similar to those ones, I mean, there are different ones, then you are getting better jobs in the corporate world and you start to make big buck, good money. Give me a second, I see more. How is the music science in Calgary? How can we look for jobs in music industry? Oh, Amen 3. I cannot pronounce your name, Amen. So I don't know much about music industry in Canada. There is a nice music center like they're building right now in downtown Calgary. It's an amazingly built, huge building, but it is, you know, it's more of an oil industry here in Calgary. Maybe Toronto you would have more opportunities. There are opportunities for music, I know for sure, in Calgary, but yeah, give me a second, I see more comments here. It's more of an oil field. If you are an engineer in oil and gas, petroleum industry, I think you'd be happier. Give me a second, I have so many comments, it's so difficult to follow. Deepak Nair, hey man! Hi Igor, I have 8 years of experience in investment banking field and planning to pursue my PG in finance in Canada. Is that right? Idea since I have 9 years of study gap, please reply. You know, Deepak, it's a right idea. Let me explain to you. When I studied in Ukraine myself, everyone is young, right? All the students are young. When I came to Canada, you get people who are like, you know, 60 years old doing same postgraduate program as you. There are people in Canada who work like labor jobs in construction. And some people over the age, they say, well, their hands are not good anymore, the back is paining, so they give up their labor jobs and they go for education. They do some, you know, business degree or psychology, for example, in medicine, something. They do something different so they can change their occupation. So, whoa, I see someone donated $2. I don't see who, but this is awesome. Give me a second. Igor Ryltsev. Come on, Nitu! She's sitting in the other room. I forgot even what I was talking about. Nitu is my wife, okay? She's sitting in the next room. She's probably having fun here. Give me a second. Oh my God, Nitu, you disturb me so much. Give me a second, I've seen... Because I have never seen Super Chat work so much. Hey, Igor! Craig from India. I am your fan. Your videos are more informative. I really want to move to Canada, but have fear of employment in banking. One more banking person, finance and banking. Awesome, guys. Don't be afraid of employment in banking. It's difficult to get into, and they don't pay too much at the beginning. Because, you see, the problem in banks in Canada in general is that every bank has their own system. So if you were to join TD, Toronto Dominion Bank, for example, or BMO, Bank of Montreal, or RBC, Royal Bank of Canada. One of those banks, every bank has their own system. So if you were to join one of those banks and you want to go to a higher position, most of the time they want you to have experience with their system. So if you have experience from your home country in one of those banks, it's great. But if you are new, they would want you to get the system knowledge. So it means basically you would have to start from the bottom, like a customer service person greeting people. That job is not the best paid, but you get to learn the system and they promote within. So I even know, like I know a person who came here as an international student, got a job in a bank. Not everyone wants to get a job in a bank, but he got, and they promote within. So if you stay there, like he stayed there 5 years, he became a branch manager. They promoted him a couple of times. He became a supervisor, and he became a branch manager, and now he's doing great. It's a good job, good paying job. He's a big boss now. So if you get the experience in the bottom, they will promote you, especially if you stay at the same bank for at least some years. Give me a second here. I see more comments here. Oh, some negative comments. Where is your Indian wife? She's in another room. She doesn't like my live stream. She's watching the live stream, but she doesn't want to come in for some reason. She is here. She is here. Give me a second. I have my Canadian cup here too. Raul Verma, what's up, Igor? What's up, Raul? Thank you for watching this channel. We have 58 people on this live stream, and we have so many comments. Give me a moment here. Patrochis, hello. Give me a second. I see more. I've seen someone commenting in Russian here just now. Give me a moment. Where did the guy go? Comments are going so fast. Is there many Chinese and Indians, like in Australia and New Zealand? Oh, my friend, your name is, I think it's, I don't know which, in Chinese or Cantonese, Mandarin. I'm not sure. I cannot read it. But yes, there are many people from India in Canada and lots of people from China. Like Alberta, I would say, well, I cannot say that there are more people from China in Calgary than from India, because there is an entire part of Northeast in Calgary. There is a huge Indian community. It's for Falcon Ridge, for example, starting from Randall, Marlborough Mall, going to the northeast area of Calgary. Huge Indian community. Right now, it's also at southeast, so it's all eastern part of Calgary. Lots of people from India. There is Chinatown in Calgary, so there's many people from China. So if you go to an Indian part of Calgary, for example, northeast and Falcon Ridge, why I say it's Indian part? It's not considered to be Indian part. It's not like an Indian village or anything. It's just that lots of people from India decided to settle there. So you get like Bangla Bazaar, you get Apna Punjab, you get, the restaurants, you get Marina Dosa, all those restaurants, and all sorts of nice food for different countries. There's restaurants from Pakistan, from India, from Bangladesh, everything. So if you are coming from India and you're like, can I buy some native food? Can I get some good masalas and all that good stuff? Of course, it's sold here. Don't be surprised by the prices, because like masala, tandoori masala is like sometimes $2, and people will be like, what the hell? I would never pay that much in India. So it's just get used to it. It's prices are higher here. Chinese food. There is a Chinatown in downtown. I live not far from Center Street. It's that way. Center Street, it has so many Chinese tour agency operators, stores, restaurants. There are some tour operators in Calgary, in Vancouver, and Vancouver is the biggest hub for anyone from China. Like, there are so many people from China you wouldn't believe, because they invest. People in Canada, government had to implement special taxes because of people from China purchasing real estate. The houses there went up to $1 million, $2 million for a simple, really bad house, because everyone from China were taking their money and investing into Vancouver. So Canada had to take legal action and put in a 10% tax on international buyers, like people from China. So if they want to buy something, they have to pay 10% to the government. It was not there before, But it's simply because Canadians were no longer able to buy any housing because of many, many rich people from China buying extremely expensive properties in Vancouver and not even living there, just giving it away for rent. Let's see more questions here, guys. Hey, Igor, should I go for postgraduate and master's? For PG or master's? Seriously, my friend, postgraduate or master's, it's up to you. So if you want to immigrate to Canada, if you want to do like just to get a work permit, it's cheaper to do a postgraduate. But if you want your education to be really valued in Canada and you can afford it, I say go for master's. When are you coming to India? We're in there. I'll come to India as soon as I'm going to United States soon. I'm also planning to go to Cuba soon, maybe next year, maybe in few years. It's not cheap to go to India. It's like $1,500 two-way trip. So it's kind of expensive to fly to India, and plus it takes 2 days, lots of traveling, so it's not that easy. Okay, Sergey! Someone's writing in Russian. Спасибо тебе за канал, я по твоим видео учу английский язык. Awesome, man! Thank you so much for watching it. Yeah, Sergey is saying by watching my channel, he is learning English. Awesome, man. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it helps, because I'm also learning. It's my English, it's good enough for work, for communication, for everything, but there is still a vast vocabulary language that I still have to learn. You're welcome, Ferguson, man. Thank you so much. Okay. Hi, Igor. And Shu, I really appreciate the videos you're making. They are very helpful. What is the scope for software developers in Toronto or Vancouver? What are the chances of finding a job for PR? All right, my friend. So the thing is, let me explain to you about software developers. It's a good profession. Okay, it's give me a second. I just didn't get your name. Anshu, thank you for asking your question, man. It's a good profession. It's a good job. You are going to get paid good money as a software developer. Now the thing is this in Canada, as any other country, lots of people in Canada are trying to save money, so they outsource lots of IT people from other countries on their different projects working with them. So the problem with software developing and any IT designation is that Canadians, they're like, it's a total capitalistic country. Everyone is trying to make as much money as they can and spend less. So if you get education in Canada and you show the skills and you get hired, you are going to get a good job. But at the same time, lots of companies, they are trying to get someone like freelancers.com or something, some freelancers from other countries or other companies in other countries that they have to pay them less money to do the same kind of a job, right? So for example, if they hire someone and they spend $20,000 from other country to do that kind of job, it's way cheaper than to hire someone in Canada. Because if they hire you in Canada as a software developer, I think you should be getting at least $60,000 a year, maybe starting from 50 to 60. So it's good. It's good money. But lots of companies are trying to save money, so it's kind of challenging. It's going to take some time. Give me a moment. Hey, Priyo, boss, asking me about, hi Igor, can you tell me about opportunities project management for mechanical engineers, power and oil gas industry, preferable city in Canada? Man, you're in the right place. Okay, I'm going to brag a little bit, okay? I have a project management PMP certificate. I'm also a certified project manager. And I cannot brag enough about the city. PMP from PMI, Project Management Institute. Calgary and Edmonton is very good for project managers, especially for oil and gas, because Calgary is like a oil and gas capital of Canada. So what happens is this: when the oil goes up, Calgary gets extremely rich, job market picks up, everyone makes so much of money, all the businesses, everyone. Oil and gas produces enough money, people are working in oil rigs, and they're making huge amounts of money. And then, hey, give me a second, there's a door shaking here. There's something, the door started to open itself. It's so weird. Guys, oil and gas is crazy here. You make good money there. The oil and gas goes up, the job market picks up, and you start like those guys who work in oil rigs, for example, not only project managers, engineers, educated people, there is lots of people here who are very uneducated, and they get huge amounts of money, and they go to oil rigs. They make more money than educated guys working in other companies. They go there just because someone has to, you know, operate that oil equipment, drilling and pumping the oil, setting up those pumps and everything. You know, it's really hard labor, especially when it's like -40 outside at northern part of Canada. It's like where polar bears are. So those guys, they spend weeks there, they make huge amounts of money, up to $100,000 in a year. They spend most of the time there, then they come back to Calgary, Edmonton, and they just flush it out. They go to pubs, they buy cars, they buy, you know, electronics, anything they can buy, because those guys, they just got huge money, and they need to enjoy. They buy Corvettes, expensive cars like Tesla or whatever they can buy, they would go and buy and spend all that money. So economy starts to boom, and everyone, all the job sectors go up thanks to those people who make huge money in oil and gas and start spending. But as soon as it goes down, those guys end up being unemployed, in debt, because they take loans in banks to spend more money, and they end up not being able to pay for everything, whatever they bought, and economy goes down. So it's really bad place to be when oil and gas goes down, and it's the best place to be in Canada when oil goes up, because you're going to make more money than anywhere else. Okay, I see more questions here. Are there a lot of entrepreneurial opportunities in Canada? Nadira, of course, man. It takes like a day to register your own business. You know, in Canada, you can start literally working on your business right now. If you're getting permanent residence, you're allowed to work. You can start doing your business, and you don't have to register until you make like $35,000 in a year, and then you can declare it and pay your taxes. It's really easy to become self-employed. At the same time, it's very difficult to get customers, good contracts from other companies. So if you manage to figure it out how to get those contracts, yeah, you can be, there are lots of extremely successful immigrants, entrepreneurs here in Canada. It's very easy to start a business. The system is actually you're paying less taxes if you are running your own business. So the government kind of supports it and encourages it, because when you're an entrepreneur, you provide jobs to Canadians. So the psychology of Canada is this: Canadians first. So if you come to Canada and you create a company that creates jobs for Canadians, government really loves you. As simple as that. Give me a second, I see more questions. Hello from Morocco. Hey man! Hossam. And I see, what is the best place for immigrant? You Mono. It's difficult to answer. Everything, there's so many cities that they have their unique qualities in Canada, and they are all good for immigrants, to be honest with you. Depends on what you like, city life or rural life more. Hello sir, how are you? Thank you man, Veer. I'm a truck driver from UAE 2008 till, okay, I applied for Canada, okay. Can I apply for Canada work permit? You can, but you have to get sponsored by employer. So you have to find an employer that's going to get you an LME. It's one of my videos, how to get LME in Canada. You can check it out, or I'll leave it in a comment somewhere in the description. Check that out. You would have to get sponsored to come here, or you can come as international student. Give me a moment. How is Windsor, Ontario for Indian immigrants? Windsor, Ontario. Oh, that's you know, it's a good question. I didn't stay in Windsor. I know that my friend who's working in my company, his name is Umesh. He's an international student, and he moved to Alberta from Windsor, and to Calgary. Because he got a better job here. He says that he had way more fun in Windsor than in Alberta, but he's brand new in Alberta. So in Calgary, everyone who comes from Toronto to Calgary says that they miss Toronto. But once you are long enough in Calgary and you see all the landscape, the mountains, the snow, and the forests, everything, the Lake Louise, check out the Lake Louise and Google Lake Louise, or Banff. Check out those areas. It's amazing, beautiful things, and people start to get addicted and they want to stay here afterwards because the air is so much clean. Right now. Hello, Igor from India. Your videos are very awful and useful. My videos are very awful and useful. Man, thank you so much. I know they're awful, but hopefully they're useful. I want to know, maybe you meant helpful, but you know, if you wrote awful, man, I'm going to cry now. I'm putting my glasses and start to cry. Okay, I want to know what is the scope of sales job in construction industry, like wood company, cement company, and so on. Sales is always good, but the problem is with sales is always commission. So it depends on. I don't have any dollars on me. I have to check my lottery ticket. Maybe I want something. But you have to sell in order to make money in sales. So it's more commission based, and sometimes in Canada it's very difficult. It's another trouble of entrepreneurs because it's if you don't sell enough, you cannot even get a mortgage properly. You cannot get loans from a bank if you are self-employed, because they want to see 3 years of your history of work, filing taxes and everything. So it's very challenging. You would have to get something permanent, full-time employment for banks to start liking you. All right. Hey Igor, should I go for masters after my bachelor? What's your goal? If you're planning to immigrate, masters gives you more points for immigration. If you are just asking to get bachelor's versus masters, I think probably I wouldn't do my masters again if I wasn't planning to do immigration. If I was just planning to do my working, because I would just spend extra year to get more experience. But masters is good. You can tell people, hey man, I have masters, and you get kind of more respect. So think about it. If you're going for a PhD, you definitely need masters. Informational technology in Canada. Scope of informational technology. Hey Jay! Scope of international technology in Canada. It's huge. It's informational technology in Canada is one of the highest paid and growing spheres, because it's a huge economy here. It's really powerful, close to United States. So anything in IT it's huge here, and it's good money. So if you are to build a website for a company, you can charge at least like $5,000. That's how much they charge in Canada for the website and for a search engine optimization, some stuff like that, just to give you an idea. Hey, by the way, if I'm there on the freelancers and asking you to build me a website, guys, don't charge me $5,000. I'm just joking. I build my websites for myself. All right, I see another comment here. Give me a moment, I'm just going to scroll down. Kishore, Igor, I love your videos. How many years Canada will stop to give me? How many years Canada will stop to give PR? Kishore, that's a good question. I don't think Canada is going to stop giving PR. The population is very small. It's like 37 something million, right? So if they stop giving PR, the economy is going to slow down. If the immigrants stop coming to Canada, the job market is going to go down. Immigrants are not just coming to Canada. They bring money, they bring their families, they bring their assets. People sell their houses, bring the money and buy houses here. For example, I'm right now studying real estate more. So if you build one house in Canada, it provides 5.1, I believe, job a year. So basically, buying one house in Canada creates a job for a year for five people, something like that. Just to give you an equation. So one immigrant family building a house in Canada equals 5 Canadians working for a year. And that's good. They pay taxes. Next thing. Hi Igor, can I get a PR after 2 years of master's degree? Absolutely, man. Of course, if you get 2 years in Canada, you get a 3 years work permit. With 3 years work permit, you can put that master's degree from Canada towards points on your express entry profile. And plus, you get the 3 years work permit. You start working, you work for a year, 2 years, you put that work experience in NOC list towards your express entry profile. You get a Canadian experience, you get more points, plus your English gets better, and I think you should be able to immigrate. Another thing, regulations don't change, because my regulations when I came to Canada, half a year after, everything changed, and I realized that it's now way more difficult for me. But after I finished my immigration, regulations changed again, and now it's again easy, so it's good. Okay, give me a moment here, guys. I'm getting almost to 30 minutes. I'm going to get done soon. Hey, Nito! Can you explain a little bit about the door sign on the right-hand side? Nito, which door sign? I don't see door sign. I don't know, Nito, where? Come here. She's in the other room. Is MBA expensive in Canada? Suresh, it is expensive, of course. If you are born in Canada, it's 3 times cheaper. If you're coming to Canada for MBA, it's about $25,000. That's what it is about, but it can go up. So the equation is this: local students pay 3 times cheaper than international students. I came to school, I paid $12,500 a year, and local students paid like $3,000. And they said, that's a ripoff. I'm paying $3,000. I was like, I'm paying $12,500, and you're saying you're getting ripped off? I'm getting ripped off. International students bring huge amounts of money to Canadian economy. Give me one here. What is the typical interest rate in banks of Canada? Oh, good question. What is your name? Dhurv Gupta. All right, Dhurv Gupta. Man, I hope I pronounced your name correctly. It keeps on fluctuating, interest rates, so it depends on what. If it used to be like 2.4% before. Right now it's close to 4.3% per annum. It depends on if you get a fixed interest rates or flexible interest rates for a mortgage for a house. Now, if you're buying a car, if you're an international student and you're buying a car, it's going to be closer to 5%. But if you are a permanent resident living and working in Canada, there are dealerships that are going to give you a car for 0.5%. So what is the year right now, 2018? Right now they're going to start selling cars for 2019. So if you're going to go when they start selling 2019 cars, and you're going to go and you want to buy a 2018 year car, those older models, like so-called older models, they are still new. They're still in the showroom. They're brand new. They're going to be on a 0.5% interest most of the time. So it's really good interest rates. Okay, I'm going to be getting done, guys. Few final questions, and it's 32 minutes already. Nate, hello Igor, I have BS in geology, and I want to come to Canada for geological engineering. And Nate, Northern Alberta Institute Technology, to do a diploma for 2 years. If I'm done, I feel I get a job. Hey Nito. Oh, that's that dollar sign. Nito came is the dollar sign. So there is a dollar sign on the right hand side. There is a dollar sign on the bottom, and what it means, as Nito was asking me, it's basically a super chat. So those people who are watching this live stream, they can actually click on it and donate something. And if they do that, they would be able to get, it's going to highlight whatever they're saying. So it's basically for donations. That's what the dollar sign is for. I couldn't figure out what Nito is talking about. It's my first time streaming ever with the super chat, and I'm still learning how it works. Now, Elisa, about the Nate Institute, will you get a job? You will get a job. The thing is, it's going to take some time. It takes up to a few years to get a good job in Canada, so it's pretty... You will get a job, it's just going to take some time. But yeah, definitely getting Canadian bachelor's is going to help you. Elisa, okay, give me a second. I see more people. PR4ish. Can I get a hi from you, Igor? PR4ish. Hi, man. What's up? Of course you can get, man. That's why I'm here for, reading your comments. Do Calgary have enough jobs for civil engineering? Calgary, when economy goes up, okay, it's again, housing, oil goes up, housing goes up, and engineers are in high demand, of course. Okay, let me scroll all the way down to see more comments, and we are going to finalize here in like 30 seconds. Having 4 years of experience in, okay, give me a second here. Hi Igor, can I get a driver's license with my Student permit. Yes, man, you can. You can get a driver's license, and I do recommend. There are few stages of getting driver's license. Okay, it's going to be probably a minute longer now because you touched a sensitive topic here. You can get a driver's license, and I'm actually thinking of making a video of things like how to get a cell phone in Canada and, you know, like driver's license more in detail. International students do get a lot of driver's licenses. It's easy. First thing, you have to do your knowledge test. So in Canada, it's like, it's weird how it works. First thing in Canada, you have to get, for example, knowledge test. So, okay, I don't know if you can see this board there. I'll make 3 squares. So there are, first stage is knowledge test. You just pass the test on a book. And then you get a driver's license. Is this license? It's your face here, you know, like smiley face. Now you can, with this license, a person with this license can sit with you and train you how to drive. Now, once you learn how to drive, you can take a car to a driving test. So it takes you usually about 2 years. 2 years, it's on this one. So you get this learner's license, now you can do a driving test. Now you can take a car. Oh my God, my drawing sucks. Please don't judge me on this. Okay, kids do better. Now you can take a car with this license, you can get the license and this. For example, in Alberta, it's class 5 GDL. In Ontario, it's going to be G2. So now you can drive a car. Now with experience, you can get a full class 5 in Alberta, or you can do a full G in Ontario. So that's how it works, guys. You basically, there are several steps, 3 steps to be, and it's actually a good thing. So make sure you get the first license. It's like $15 and $20 to do the test. And it's going to serve you as an ID. So once you're in Canada as an international student, you'll be able to have your driver's license with you in your wallet. If you want to go to a pub to get a drink, go out, enjoy, you don't have to take your passport around. Because if you go to a pub and they want to check your ID to make sure you're over 18 years old, you have that ID with you, $15, very cheap, and plus you'll be able to get your driver's license later on. Make sure if you're coming from your home country, grab your driver's abstract, grab your driving history, grab your driver's license. Make sure you get all the insurance information. You're going to get cheaper price. It's going to be easier for you to get it. And yes, you can get a driver's license international student. Okay, guys, I see. Okay, I cannot just stop, guys. I cannot stop. Please do more live videos. It helps a lot for sure. Albi, thank you so much for joining here. Okay, so Gurpreet, I cannot see your question. You're asking me to answer your question. Hey, I have 4 years in experience in Indian accounting. What are the chances to grab at least an entry-level job in accountancy, and besides I would be doing CPA in Canada? You should do CPA in Canada, absolutely. Once you do it, you're going to be awesome. Accounting jobs, basically as a bookkeeper, entry-level jobs are easy to get. In Alberta, you would probably make closer to $18, $20 per hour. In Ontario, closer to minimum wage, maybe $15. So that's just to give you an example. But once you get the CPA, is the certification. So if you have an Indian experience in a good company, you can use it for Canada. Then it's going to be very good for you. Okay, guys. Last question here. Hi, we were in Calgary last week, visited from Australia. We really liked it in there and planning to move there out of 4 quadrant. Can you advise which side is better? Okay, my friend from Australia. Out of the 4 quadrants, which one is better? It's difficult to answer. Northwest probably. It's more expensive though. It depends on how much budget you have. So southeast, northeast is slightly cheaper. Southwest, northwest is more expensive. Closer to downtown, Mardalup is very expensive. So it depends on where you are. It depends on which kind of house you want. It's all about the location. Location for real estate. Closer just to downtown, the higher, more expensive location it is, the higher the prices. You can get a huge house in southeast for $450,000. And you can have, and the same size of a house in downtown would be like $2 million. So just to give you an example on how things are, it's location. You get a prime location for a huge piece of land, you pay more. If you go to Kensington, it's close to downtown, it's expensive. You get a 150-year-old house that's about to fall on you for $600,000. And you can go to southeast, northeast locations, so farther away from downtown, or Airdrie, for example. It's a different city, half an hour drive from Calgary. You can get an awesome house there. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining the live stream, everyone. Thank you so much. Smash the like button, and I don't think anyone is new to this channel, but if you are, subscribe to this channel, and we'll see you in next video. Harnish, we'll see you next video. Man, I know you want 2 minutes more, but we'll see you next video. I promise I'll do another live stream. Have a good one, guys. Woo!